Hello, this is the College Scam podcast, and it will be sponsored by me, Singhwan Yu, and two guests, Lucy Lee and Georgios Haramis.
Oh, wow, thank you for that.
Wow, good job. It's Lucy Lay.
Oh, Lucy.
But thank you.
I mean,
I hate when you call me by my full name.
Yes.
But,
similar pronunciations, but... So today's podcast topic will be on college admissions and how unfair it seems to some, and how the recent scandal revolving like college acceptance, how it's basically a pay to win now.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're rich and have connections, you can just get your kid in.
Mm-hmm.
No smart needed.
Yeah, because what happened? Lori Loughlin?
Yeah.
She got caught by, was it 500K?
I think
Yeah,
500.
Yeah.
575K, I think.
Yeah, because at USC, because her daughter had to go
Yeah.
into what, rowing? It was rowing.
Yeah.
And then they paid the coach to, but she never did rowing.
She never did.
She never
like-
did
Full
rowing.
house pays good.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's like,
Full House
what,
is
like
really good.
what I don't get is like you pay a coach to put your kid into an all varsity team.
Yeah.
But then when you go to college, you never have experience about the team, but you gotta get into the team.
Yeah.
So
Or
like,
they just straight up photoshopped some kid's face.
yeah.
They actually
But
did that.
that is so
It's
beyond
like
me.
so
Like,
stupid.
what do you think the kid just doesn't exist anymore? Like they're
Exactly.
gonna like what if they were both applying to the same school? It's like
Yeah.
the same picture, and one had their face on it,
Yeah,
and someone
yeah.
else's.
They
Like,
never even
like-
showed up to like the regattas or anything. They just...
I mean, it's like it's so suspicious
So
though
sus.
because like
That is
some
really
colleges like
Yeah.
they don't even check their backgrounds or anything. They just trust what you
That's
send
true.
them. Yeah.
I mean, like in this past, like when we're applying to colleges ourselves,
Yeah.
you can tell. Like they ask, "Oh, what activities do you do?" They don't ever ask
Yeah.
for an email or a phone number to verify
Yeah.
anything. You
I'm
can
not-
really put, Barack Obama said I'm an amazing student, and they will believe you because they have no way.
Yeah.
They have no way to like fact check it.
Yeah.
You don't give any information, and they don't ask for any information. So like, you just write whatever
it's
you
like,
want.
So like some examples, like I'm not gonna say their names obviously from this school though.
Oh,
There's a anonymous who did some bad things but didn't list it on his his or her college.
I think I know what
Yeah,
you're talking
yeah, yeah.
about.
And it's like
Oh,
I'm
I
pretty.
don't know who this is.
But like I heard he or her didn't get into any college. but still, like it's still suspicious they don't check.
It is
Yeah.
process, and I think they should. I think it's kind of ridiculous. Like, what if I put, "Oh, I'm the NHS president"?
Yeah. Like
Okay, true though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
seriously. Because like, it kind of makes me seem like all these people that I know that like have like worse stuff than me that got into schools. I'm like, did y'all like fake some
Yeah.
stuff? Because I wouldn't be surprised if you did.
I mean, like there are some scenarios that you are like really like screwed if you get caught because there are some scenarios they actually fact check you if you're unlucky enough, or like
Isn't there a thing on some applications that asks straight up like, have you been suspended or stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you put no, do they even
they
I
don't
don't-
school?
because
think so.
because anonymous person like
Is that
she
what that would happen?
no not she or he got caught cheating on a test and got a referral
Ooh.
but didn't put it on her or his transcript.
Just say
But
mayor.
wait, but if they said no on the application, doesn't
They
it
don't-
show on
yeah.
the transcript though? If
They
you got a
don't show
referral?
so the transcript that you send to colleges are only your grades. It doesn't show you like referrals.
Are
It
you
doesn't show you
serious?
sentence. Yeah, it doesn't show anything like that.
Bruh, I've been living a whole life.
So I could have been cheating this whole
Yeah,
time.
exactly. I'm just
What
joking.
the heck? I should have put that like
Yeah.
I was like that I was like elected to Congress or something.
Yeah,
And
something.
the funny thing is, the counselor recommended her to, or her to do this.
They.
Or they, yeah,
Them.
They, them.
Really?
Yeah, so it's like the whole
What
system.
was that?
Oh,
Look.
the Mr. Something. That's a 3 out of 4, but still, Mr. Something.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
I know that's really sus.
That's.
Because then
So
it's
it's
like,
like-
people at our own school were doing that.
Yeah. So it's like if you see like even private schools are doing something like this, and you know our school is ghetto. Like it's cheap.
Damn.
It's cheap. How would private schools
We-
do it?
yeah,
like,
we're
or it's
private
rich
funded.
people. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
agree. Yeah.
Like it's like the counselor would be like getting the rich people and be like so they get paid to get this kid into your college. Like Harvard, this
I can't believe
100K.
they got
Yeah.
caught cheating
Yeah.
and wrote a referral, and then the counselor was like, "This is a great student.
Yeah.
I highly recommend them." Like,
Oh my gosh! Wasn't there another scandal too? It happened in Louisiana, the
Yeah.
preparatory
Yeah.
school, and they got caught with lying about their transcripts and
But-
everything, and they got into like Ivy
Yeah,
Leagues.
but the weird thing is like the school did it for every single student, and
yeah, they were.
yeah, and it's like the students didn't know though.
I
You know what
think
mean?
Well, no, I read somewhere where they forced the students to lie about their essays about how they came from like a low income family with like no father figure.
But it's like so weird because like, you can easily check that. Like
Yeah.
with the FEPSA, I can pronounce it.
FEPSA.
Yeah, like with
FEPSA,
that, like as long as you give them like 1 minute of
See,
like
the thing with FAFSA, they ask for W-2s, they ask for tax returns,
Yeah.
they ask for everything. So you literally can't lie on their FAFSA. That's the thing. And I know there are some ways to circumvent like the stuff that they check. Like I know if you empty out your bank accounts, they won't see it. If you don't have any assets, like you don't write anything off of your taxes, they know they see stuff like that. So like, but those are I feel like those are way minor. Unless you have like $20,000 in your bank account. If you empty out your bank account, what's that gonna get you really?
Or you're like a mafia and you like invest in
You're
some
right. Yeah,
restaurants.
you have like accounts in
Right.
like the Caribbean or something.
Yeah.
But I think for the most part, like FAFSA, I feel like is a lot. It's a much more like secure, like system versus like these college admissions. You can just put whatever you want.
Yeah.
Like I kept putting, for example, that I was in Math Honor Society when I wasn't. I'm in it now, actually,
Shoot.
believe it or not. I'm in it again
We have it here
because she
first.
finally let me back in. But I put it on. Nobody asked me. Nobody checked it.
Yeah. It's so
what?
like you can
know?
say you're a unicorn and I feel like they're gonna believe you. Like
You're a unicorn.
I mean, if they wanted to contact someone to check it, who you don't even
That's
they don't
true,
ask for
though.
anything.
and it's like
Like what?
and if you even if you check it with the person by calling the person, you can just be like, oh yeah, I'm in it. Like why are you
I
asking?
could give a
Yeah.
phone number to like their mom and be like, "Hello, this is so and so."
Yeah,
yeah.
How would they ever?
And there was an actual scenario that happened because in the Philippines, you know how the SAT is global.
Yeah.
So in the Philippines, there was this girl who thought of a smart idea. I mean, it's kind of smart and it's stupid at the same time to use the time differences to cheat on the SAT. Then it's the same
Oh.
SAT globally. So she took it in Australia first because there was I don't know how long the time difference was, but there was enough time to take the SAT, memorize all the answers, and come back to Philippines and sell the SAT answers before like
Oh,
they took it
shoot.
in the Philippines. I mean, it got caught because she felt bad about it and confessed,
Yeah.
but it just shows how like this system isn't
Yeah.
Who would
perfect.
leave their country to take a test?
Yeah.
That's seriously.
I mean, she
that's
made-
like
she
high
made
level.
Okay.
so much
groundbreaking.
money off of it though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that kind of shows how weighted the SAT is in the college admissions.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think it's not that important. Like, it's just a test, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how you guys feel about it.
I mean, I feel like, there is some people, cough, cough, I'm not gonna say her name, but,
You're just spilling the tea of this podcast.
but the person with daddy issues was like,
Whoa.
SAT scores are important. I'm gonna talk to the professor about it. And it's like,
Oh, I know who you're talking about now.
It's like, it's so stupid. Like, some people,
I know it's
Yeah.
like not plausible, but I really think SATs like there's a flaw with them. I think in general
Yeah.
the whole like the way that they test people, I like it, the standardized testing,
Yes.
but there's a flaw in that unless every single person takes the exact same test, there's no true way to like scale it because
Yeah.
okay, first of all, it's impossible for everyone to take the test all
Yeah.
at once.
Yeah.
'Cause people get sick, all that kind of stuff happens. There's no way for that to happen, but like, not every test is equal. Like, I took 3 SATs. The second one that I took, I got more questions right than either of the other two,
Yeah.
but my score was by far the lowest. It dropped
Yeah.
50 points. And it makes no sense because it's like each one is scaled differently. So unless everyone takes the exact same test, which is obviously impossible, it's never a completely fair like
Yeah.
and
like system. It's just not.
For SAT, they say the percentile of it matter because if the easier the test, it's the more difficult.
So, but how did they rank tests?
Yeah.
They
And
can't.
how is
yeah.
that? How is that scale made up? We
It's
don't
like,
even
and they don't even look at the percentiles that much. They only look at the score. Like,
Yeah, and they curve it too,
Yeah.
right? They like
Yeah, the
standardize
super
the
scoring and all
bell
that,
curve.
yeah.
Bell curve.
and they
It's like-
curve and all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
it just really
And the
makes
Yeah.
thing you said about like how it's not fair, like in Asia, like Japan, Korea, and China, they have one test each year, just one.
That's how it
That-
really
yeah.
should
Yeah.
be. to be
Every
honest.
every single like graduating student has to take for like college acceptance and all that. I mean, something like that is plausible as well, and it's free.
But it's
unlike
only
SATs.
one test.
Yeah.
And it determines everything.
yeah.
That's
you,
scary.
And you have to
It
wait
is
1
scary.
year if you fail.
That's
Yeah.
honestly really
So
scary.
it's like your life is
Holy
like determined by that.
frick.
Yeah. So,
I don't know. I just it allows for error and for people to cheat
Yeah.
the system and all that kind of stuff because I mean. In between SAT tests, people have time to prep for that stuff. They have time to look up answers. I remember after I took my SAT the next day, I was looking up, someone had already posted the entire test with all the answers. So I was sitting there checking my answers,
Are
and
you
I
serious?
knew roughly what my score was going to be before I even got it back. The next day,
Oh yeah,
that's how
And was
fast.
it accurate to
Yes.
your?
the
It was?
second,
accurate.
the second or third SAT I took, the answers got leaked before the test in certain
that's
areas. Yeah, so like I was scared of getting like it being cancelled because that raised my score up like by 40 points for scoring.
Dang.
But like things like that, like
Mhm.
just yeah, and also how expensive it is. Like,
Yeah, that's true. It's like what 45.
Yeah.
And that's if you go early and you
and
don't
it's like
forget.
and without
I
like if
forgot
you
what
include
time.
the
It
essays,
was like
it's
$75.
Yeah, $75 for you to take a test so you can go to college.
Yeah,
I think
and the college applications too.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
College applications, $90. Or no, $75 per.
It's 90 something I think.
I thought it was like 75.
Like I think it's different for colleges.
Oh yeah,
For-
true. But
But
I
yeah.
only paid for CNU and VCU, I'm pretty sure.
really,
Yeah, and it sucks because VCU hasn't even sent me back anything. I sent my SAT scores, so like I had my SAT scores on my transcript and I sent it in, but apparently they need you to send them through College Board for it to be like official. So like that takes 2 weeks. So I sent them like over a week ago now, and I'm like I haven't heard back. I don't know what's happening with that, and I paid money for the application.
oh my.